Hi y'all, Deb here coming to you from the Divine Plan Project team. And today we're going to do a channel. I just went through the process of calling in the team that we normally work with and channel. And I asked what our topic was for today. And they said profane and profanity. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. We're going to talk about swearing because profanity is sort of the word that a lot of people use to say that, using profanities are words that are, harmful to others, etc. And so I thought, oh, I'm just going to look this word up and see what it is that they want to talk about today. So I don't always ask them. Sometimes we just flow into it, but I had a feeling just ask them beforehand today. And what they had me look up, just looking at a basic definition here. Profane, an adjective not relating to that which is sacred or religious, secular. A talk that tackled topics both sacred and profane was an example of how to use the word. Of a person not initiated into religious rites or any esoteric knowledge. Another example, he was an agnostic, a profane man. Something not respectful of religious practice, irreverent, etc. And it also relates to the blasphemous or the obscene. So anyways, it was quite interesting that we started with a word that everyone would think they knew the meaning of, and when we look it up, once again, this was the Alpha and the Omega. You can't make this stuff up. They do this to me a few times a week. They'll tell me or talk to me about something that I actually have to look it up to understand the context. So without any further delays, we're going to get into this channel and see exactly what it is that they want to say about this. So bear with me just a moment as I pull them further in and step back to allow them to take over. Thank you, dear, this is a cautionary tale. So this is the Omega, the feminine presence of the divine, that which you would refer to potentially as God or the divine intelligence. Today we wish to speak to you, to give you further context about what we are all about, not just this project. We, the Alpha and the Omega, are not a set of organized rules, dogmas, religion, or otherwise. We are not a set of beliefs. We are not rulers. We are not they who must be obeyed. We are that which is. We are the energy of everything, the all. We are that which brings animation to the animated, which brings life to those who live, whatever the being, creature, biologic being, whatever it may be. We are they that enliven that. We are respectful of all life forms. And what you must understand is that everything around us, everything around you, and we refer to you as we and us, for we are that which is everything. Everything that is around us is alive, is vibrating, is moving, all at different rates and speeds, variations in denseness, which give the perspective that some things that are inanimate objects are not alive. But they could not exist if there was not life behind it. Nothing exists without vibration. And vibration is life, is energy in movement. So, to best describe us, we would say that potentially we are both the profane and the non or unprofane. We are all that is, including all that is sacred. You are we. When you understand that we are the energy of all things, expressing itself, when you imagine all of the things in your own reality, from a butterfly to a bird, to a plant, to a pebble in a creek, to an amoeba, to trees long fallen that become the timber that make the things that are in your home, your world. You begin to understand what we are. There is an intelligence that decides which energies, which biological sequences will come into effect to create a lamb versus the petal on a chrysanthemum flower. There is an energy, a sequence, a pattern, and behind it, a grand intelligence determining how to express itself. As you may be aware, our expressions are endless. And as you may or may not be aware, you are one of our grandest expressions. Within you are all of the biological sequences necessary to bring intelligent life to be, that itself is and becomes the creator. You create your life with us, unbeknownst to you. We are the forces behind everything that you are. Consciousness, however, is yours. We lend it to you. We are the consciousness of all things, the energy of all things, the vibration of all things. You choose how to live the life that you are given. Of course, you are impeded in some ways by the governing factors around you, by the environments that you have been born into or live within. All of these things create a beautiful orchestra of life on your planet. You are not separate from we. The energy that runs through you, the sacred being of you, is the energy that runs through her, him, them. Same sacred energy is the energy found in a pea, in a pod. Sacred is the energy in the fish that swim in the seas, the oceans, the rivers, the creeks. Sacred. Every animal, every organism, everything, a single energy has created through consciousness each of these forms. We are not in your image. We are not as you may expect to see us. We are the energy of all that is, including you. We tell you this because it can be confusing when people speak of God. It is often associated and attributed to a set of beliefs. Frequently we hear and we say, and we are you, we do not believe in God. It comes off of our own lips as you, some of you. And others of us will spend our time debating and arguing what is true and what is real. You must understand that your experience, your beliefs are yours, are unique to you. You can choose and choose again and again and again. You believe that you are here as June or Tim or Bernie or whoever you are. Whether you are Muhammad or Alicia, it matters not. You have the opportunity to be born anew and create yourself anew each day. This is our sacred gift of life to ourselves, to you who are sacred. Each day you have decisions to make about how you think, how you behave, how you define your life experience. Do you have more of the same? Or do you make a change today? Are you comfortable in your nest, your home, your surroundings, or do you choose again? These are your sacred rights and gifts. And how can you or anyone in your world be less than? How can anyone, any being, any creature, no matter how large or how small, how can you be less than sacred? This is a key we've tried to give to so many. This knowledge. Often it is wrapped up in sacred texts that are added to, worked on, and have the flavor of they who receive or scribe. There are sets of thoughts and patterns that go with what we say that are not necessarily ours in the pure form. And yet this is all okay. When you understand the true nature of the sacred, of God, of we, of you. You understand we are here to experience. It is not true that there is no right or wrong. What is true is that the right or wrong depends on the condition and the context. If you are harming yourself or others, then there are positive or negative effects. This does not mean right and wrong. Those terms are often limiting or strict. If you instead live by positive effect or negative effect, you can transform the world in which you live in, the way that you yourself behave. Are your actions bringing positivity to your own life? Your words, your thoughts, your deeds? And if they are not, you have that sacred gift of choice, and you can change them in a moment. Are your actions, your words, your deeds having positive or negative effects on those around you? Not only the humans, the animals, the insects, all life forms. So, is there a right and wrong? When we consider positive and negative, of course there is. Are you judged by a particular set of religious instruction? If you are we and we are you, you can be the judge of that. We reserve that right for the life forms with consciousness and intelligence. But never forget context. What is right for one, what is positive for one may not be positive for another. This is what we hope you will strive for. Experiences that enhance, positive, affirming, helpful. As for stringent rules, dogma, if this is what your organism requires for you to feel positive, what could be negative about that? This is personal choice. This is freedom. This is the experience that we have promised ourselves to give to ourselves, which is what will become of what is created within the confines of absolute free will. This is what you are experiencing. What happens when all life forms have free will? Or are given the opportunity to live with free will. We understand about confinement. We understand about rigid structures and governance. We understand that freedom is no longer what freedom once was. And yet we have amazing, unlimited choices each day. And so, this is what we wish to bring you. A discussion about the profane, about the sacred, and that which is not sacred, which you now understand. There is nothing that is not sacred. How will this change the world that you view, knowing that what you see is we? Knowing and understanding that you are we. We feel gratitude for being able to bring you this message. And if you find this to be a positive experience, share these words. Share this message. For we wish you, our sacred selves, the most divine, positive experiences possible. And we understand this is getting difficult. Finding the positive, enjoying the positive when there are so many varying views, so many structures, so much rigidity in how humans are raised, are subjected to institutions, to ways of doing things, to systems, and to the systematic removal of options and choices under some governance structures based upon the trivial, be it gender, be it race, be it socio-economic factors. We understand the loss of freedoms, the seeming lack of choice, and the truly profane, in the sense of profanity, of humans not seeing the sacred in each other can create negative experiences, pain-filled lives, as can thought patterns and structures, beliefs. And we must tell you, we understand balance has been lost. There is more pain and suffering now for greater multitudes than there has been for quite some period of time. We have always remained hands-off, allowing free will, allowing this experience and experiment to unfold as it does. But as the intelligence behind the all, the everything, of course, we identify patterns. And we see the trending patterns leading into darker, more negative experiences rather than more positive. Of course, this is subjective, but we can only tell you that there have been many, many, many souls choosing to return home of their own accord. We speak, of course, of suicide. And of the many, many, many who have chosen to return, you can multiply that number by 20 to 100 to 1,000, depending on the regions that you are in, and the conditions that the beings within those regions are subjected to. And that multiplication factor are the attempts to return home. These numbers cause us deep concern. We reiterate the fact that we are not they who sit in judgment. It is you who are the judges and the juries while you are on this planet that you call Earth. And we tell you there has never been more judgment, more hurt, more pain. We understand there are breakdowns in community structures. And when organisms, communities break down and individuals feel alone, lonely, unsupported, unprotected, are left to their own thoughts, these experiences can be highly painful. And when communities function appropriately, effectively, one will realize they are not alone, they are part of the collective, the we, and that others feel pain too. And together, bearing that pain becomes much easier. And it's not just a matter of bearing it, but making changes to the conditions which trigger such things is easier as a group, as a community, society, than it is for those in isolation, feeling unheard, feeling as if they do not assert any influence on the wider community or world in which they live. And so we say to you, we see what is occurring. We take stock. And if you've ever wondered why this project, the Divine Plan project, is underway, we hope that today's discussion on the profane will give you some insight as to why we feel it necessary to prepare a new landscape for all life forms. For the missing factor of understanding exactly who and what you are, and the missing factor of understanding that all life forms are sacred, has led to confusion and pain. Consider this our great do-over, but we can do nothing until this project of free will comes to its natural conclusion. We've promised to leave everything in your hands, you who are we. And we will abide and honor that promise until the end of the Free Will Project. We say now, reframe, review your world and those in it with the new spectacles, glasses that we have given you today to help you to understand you and everyone and everything in your world. You are the sacred, the divine. We leave you with this knowledge and our love.